Welcome to a journey that could transform the way you connect with others. Today, we're diving into something profound yet simple, 4 Stoic words that instantly attract anyone. These aren't just words, they're principles, forged in the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that's been guiding people for over 2 millennia. From Roman emperors to modern-day leaders, Stoicism has shaped lives by focusing on what truly matters, living with purpose, clarity, and strength. So, what are these 4 words? Virtue, wisdom, courage, temperance. They may sound simple, but when you embody them, they become magnetic. People are naturally drawn to those who live with integrity, think clearly, act bravely, and maintain balance. These qualities don't just make you a better person, they make you irresistible to others. Whether in friendships, relationships, or professional settings. In this voiceover, we'll unpack each word, explore its Stoic roots, and show you how to apply it in your daily life. We'll draw on the teachings of Stoic giants like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, alongside modern examples that bring these ideas to life. By the end, you'll have a roadmap to not only attract others but also live a life of deeper meaning. Ready? Let's start with the first word, virtue. Let's begin with virtue, the cornerstone of Stoicism and, frankly, the foundation of a life that others can't help but admire. In Stoic philosophy, virtue isn't just about being good, it's about living in alignment with your highest self, acting with integrity, kindness, and justice in every moment. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." That's virtue in action, doing what's right, even when it's hard, even when no one's watching. Why does virtue attract? Because it's rare. In a world where people often cut corners or prioritize personal gain, someone who consistently does the right thing stands out. Virtue signals trustworthiness, and humans are wired to gravitate toward those they can rely on. Think about someone you admire, maybe a mentor, a friend, or a leader. Chances are, their actions reflect a commitment to doing what's right, even at a cost. That's the magnetic pull of virtue. What virtue looks like in practice. So, how do you embody virtue? It starts with small, intentional choices. Imagine you're at work, and a colleague takes credit for your idea. The easy path is to lash out or sulk. The virtuous path? Address it calmly, seek fairness, and focus on the bigger picture, your contribution to the team. Virtue means choosing justice over ego, kindness over spite. Another example, volunteering your time to help someone without expecting anything in return. Whether it's mentoring a younger colleague or helping a neighbor, these acts of selflessness ripple outward. People notice. They're drawn to you not because you're seeking attention, but because your actions speak louder than words. Stoic insights on virtue. Seneca, another Stoic heavyweight, said, "Virtue is nothing else than right reason. It's about aligning your actions with reason and morality." The Stoics believe that virtue encompasses 4 cardinal qualities: justice, wisdom, courage, and temperance. We'll dive into the others later, but for now, know that justice, treating others fairly, and acting for the common good is a big part of virtue's appeal. Consider a historical example, Cato the Younger, a Roman senator known for his unwavering integrity. Even when faced with political corruption, Cato refused to compromise his principles. His commitment to virtue made him a figure of admiration, even among his enemies. People were drawn to his consistency, his refusal to bend under pressure. Applying virtue today in modern life, virtue might look like owning up to a mistake at work, even if it risks criticism. It's choosing to listen to a friend in need, even when you're busy. It's standing up for someone being treated unfairly, even if it's uncomfortable. These moments build a reputation that attracts others. People want to be around someone they can trust, someone who radiates authenticity. Here's a practical exercise. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I act with integrity today? Did I treat others with fairness and kindness? If the answer is no, don't beat yourself up. Reflect and resolve to do better tomorrow. Over time, this habit builds a character that others can't help but respect. Why virtue attracts? Virtue attracts because it's universal. Regardless of culture or context, people value those who live with honor. In relationships, a virtuous person is someone others feel safe with. In business, they're the colleague or leader who inspires loyalty. Virtue isn't about perfection, it's about striving to be your best self consistently. And that consistency is magnetic. Wisdom, the light that draws others. Next, let's talk about wisdom. In Stoicism, wisdom isn't just knowledge, it's the ability to make sound decisions, see the world clearly, and navigate life's complexities with clarity. Epictetus, a former slave-turned Stoic philosopher, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Wisdom is that power, the ability to focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Why does wisdom attract? Because it's calming. In a chaotic world, a wise person is like a lighthouse, steady, reliable, and illuminating. People are drawn to those who can offer perspective, solve problems thoughtfully, and remain unshaken by drama. Wisdom makes you a source of clarity, someone others turn to when life gets messy. What wisdom looks like in practice: imagine a friend comes to you, stressed about a work deadline. Instead of joining their panic, you listen, ask questions, and help them break the problem into manageable steps. That's wisdom in action, staying calm under pressure and guiding others toward solutions. Or picture a heated family argument. A wise person doesn't add fuel to the fire. They listen, seek understanding, and offer insights that de-escalate. Wisdom also means knowing your limits. The Stoics emphasize focusing on what's in your control: your thoughts, actions, and attitudes, and letting go of the rest. This mindset attracts others because it's refreshing. Instead of complaining about things they can't change, wise people focus on solutions. And that positivity is infectious. Stoic insights on wisdom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Wisdom is about perspective, seeing life as it is, not as you wish it to be. The Stoics practiced daily reflection to sharpen their wisdom. They'd ask questions like, "What did I learn today? How can I improve tomorrow?" This habit of self-awareness builds a mind that others naturally respect. Take Socrates, a figure who influenced Stoicism. He was known for his relentless questioning, always seeking truth over ego. His wisdom attracted followers not because he claimed to know everything, but because he admitted what he didn't know. That humility, paired with curiosity, made him magnetic. Applying wisdom. Todato: cultivate wisdom. Start with reflection. Set aside 5 minutes each evening to journal about your day. What went well? What could you have handled better? This practice, rooted in Stoic tradition, sharpens your ability to learn from experience. Another tip: practice active listening. When someone speaks, focus on understanding, not responding. This builds trust and shows you value their perspective. In professional settings, wisdom might mean pausing before reacting to criticism. Instead of getting defensive, ask, "What can I learn from this?" In relationships, it's about recognizing when to speak and when to listen. These small acts of wisdom make you a go-to person for advice and connection. Why wisdom attracts? Wisdom attracts because it offers stability. People crave clarity in a world full of noise. A wise person doesn't just react, they respond thoughtfully. They don't just speak, they say something worth hearing. By cultivating wisdom, you become someone others seek out, not just for answers, but for the calm confidence you bring to every interaction. Courage: the spark that inspires snow. Let's move to courage. In Stoicism, courage isn't just about physical bravery, it's about facing life's challenges with resolve, whether that's standing up for your beliefs, taking risks, or enduring hardship. Seneca wrote, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." In a world that often rewards conformity, courage is a rare and powerful trait that draws people in. Why does courage attract? Because it inspires. People admire those who act despite fear, who take the hard road when it's the right one. Courageous people don't just talk about what's possible, they show it through their actions. Whether it's speaking truth to power or pursuing a dream against the odds, courage makes you a beacon for others. What courage looks like in practice: picture this. You're in a meeting, and everyone's nodding along with a bad idea just to avoid conflict. A courageous person speaks up, not rudely, but firmly, offering a better solution. That takes guts and it earns respect. Or think about personal growth. Maybe you've always wanted to start a business but fear failure. Courage is taking the first step, even if it's small, like researching your idea or pitching it to a friend. Courage also shows up in vulnerability. Admitting you're wrong, asking for help, or sharing your struggles takes immense bravery. These acts build deeper connections because they show authenticity, and authenticity is magnetic. Stoic insights on courage. Stoics saw courage as essential for a virtuous life. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to face challenges head-on, writing, "If it's endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. This mindset shifts courage from a rare act to a daily practice. Every time you choose to act despite fear, you strengthen your courage muscle. Consider Epictetus, who lived as a slave before becoming a philosopher. His courage to pursue wisdom despite his circumstances inspired countless others. He didn't let his external situation define him, he focused on what he could control, his mind and actions. That's the essence of Stoic courage. Applying courage to build courage. Start small. Try something that scares you just a little, like speaking up in a meeting or trying a new hobby. The Stoics called this premeditatio malorum, or imagining potential challenges to prepare for them. Before a tough conversation, visualize how it might go and plan your response. This mental rehearsal reduces fear and builds confidence. Another tip, reframe fear as a signal for growth. The Stoics believed discomfort is a teacher. When you feel nervous, ask, "What's this teaching me?" Then act. Over time, these small acts of courage compound, making you someone others admire for your boldness. Why courage attracts? Courage attracts because it's contagious. When you act bravely, you inspire others to do the same. In relationships, courage shows up as honesty and vulnerability, creating trust. In leadership, it's about making tough decisions with conviction. People are drawn to those who lead by example, who show that fear doesn't have to win. By living courageously, you become a catalyst for others' growth. Finally, let's explore temperance. In Stoicism, temperance is about self-control, moderation, and balance. It's the ability to manage your desires, emotions, and actions, ensuring they align with reason. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Temperance is that power in action, keeping you steady when life tries to pull you off course. Why does temperance attract? Because it's grounding. In a world of extremes where people swing between indulgence and burnout, a balanced person stands out. Temperance shows you're in control, not ruled by fleeting emotions or impulses. That stability makes others feel safe and inspired to be around you. What temperance looks like in practice: imagine you're tempted to overspend on something you don't need. A temperate person pauses, reflects, and decides based on their values, not impulses. Or consider a heated argument. Instead of reacting with anger, you take a breath, choose your words, and respond calmly. That self-control earns respect. Temperance also applies to time and energy. In a busy world, saying no to distractions and prioritizing what matters, whether it's family, work, or self-care, shows discipline. People notice when you live intentionally, and they're drawn to that clarity. Stoic insights on temperance. Seneca emphasized temperance as a path to inner peace, writing, "The greatest wealth is to live content with little." The Stoics believe that true freedom comes from mastering your desires, not chasing endless wants. By practicing moderation, you free yourself from the cycle of craving and dissatisfaction, which radiates a calm confidence others admire. Take Diogenes, a philosopher who influenced Stoicism. He lived with extreme simplicity, rejecting material excess to focus on what truly mattered. His radical temperance drew followers who admired his freedom from societal pressures. Applying temperance to cultivate temperance, practice mindfulness. Before making a decision, whether it's eating, spending, or reacting, pause and ask, "Is this aligned with my values?" Another Stoic practice is voluntary discomfort. Try fasting for a day, skipping a luxury, or limiting screen time. These exercises build discipline and remind you that happiness doesn't depend on external things. In relationships, temperance means balancing your needs with others. It's listening without interrupting, giving without expecting, and staying calm in conflict. At work, it's managing stress without snapping or overworking. These habits create a presence that others find comforting and compelling. Why temperance attracts? Temperance attracts because it's rare. In a culture of instant gratification, someone who lives with intention and restraint stands out. They're the friend who listens without judgment, the colleague who stays calm under pressure, the partner who balances giving and receiving. Temperance creates harmony, and people are naturally drawn to that. PCO. There you have it. Virtue, wisdom, courage, temperance. These 4 Stoic words aren't just ideas, they're a way of life. When you embody them, you become someone others can't help but notice. Virtue builds trust. Wisdom offers clarity. Courage inspires action. Temperance creates balance. Together, they make you magnetic, not because you're trying to impress, but because you're living authentically. The beauty of Stoicism is its practicality. You don't need to be a philosopher to apply these principles. Start small, act with integrity today, reflect on your choices tonight, face one fear tomorrow, and say no to one distraction this week. Over time, these habits will transform not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Let these 4 words guide you toward a life of meaning, connection, and impact. People will notice not because you're shouting for attention, but because you're living with purpose. So, go out there and embody virtue, wisdom, courage, and temperance. The world is waiting to be drawn to you.